Hi guys, it's Miss Simon. So I wanted to make this video today to help you guys with writing. So you guys should be in the final stages of your essay now. So you guys have finished your conclusion, and now today you're going to be moving into that revising and editing and that publishing step. So what's nice about this revising and editing is as you guys have been turning in your essays, I've been sending you back comments and highlighting parts of your essay, and I've been telling you things that you need to change or things that might need to be reworded so it makes sense. Okay, and since this is on, you are typing it on your Chromebooks, it's nice because in Google Docs, it'll underline it if it is spelled wrong or it doesn't make sense, and it'll tell you to make those corrections, okay? So where in class we'd normally spend a whole 2 days on this, we're gonna actually kind of do the revising, editing, and publishing all together in 1 day, okay? With that being said, this is really beneficial for those of you who have been turning it in every day, okay? Because you've been getting feedback from me. If you have not been turning it in every day and you have not been typing it like you have been supposed to be doing, you're going to have a lot to do today, okay? Because ultimately everybody needs to be turning in their 5-paragraph essay, their published, finished piece today, okay? So what I'm going to have you guys do is I'm going to show you how you're going to revise and edit and make those corrections and what your essay might look like. So let me share my screen with you. Okay, so this is the screen that you guys see, okay? So just like we've been doing, you're going to add your essay so you can make those corrections, okay, from your Google Drive. So you're gonna hit add or create. If you have not typed any of your essay, you're just need to hit Google Docs, and you're gonna need to just type your whole entire 5-paragraph essay before you turn it in if you have not started. I'm hoping that's because a lot of you have maybe written it and you're waiting till the end to type it, which is fine. But if you have been sending me paragraphs, today is going to be pretty simple for you guys. So you're just going to be able to make those corrections and then turn it in, okay? If you have just been writing it and you haven't been typing to turn it in, that's fine, but you're going to have a lot more editing that you need to do, okay? Again, because I did ask you guys to write it just like I did, I have my whole essay here, all 5 paragraphs, and then I was typing it, okay? So like I said, if you have not typed anything, you're going to hit Docs and then type your whole 5-paragraph essay there and then turn it in. But if you have been turning it in, you're just going to hit your Google Drive. Find your essay. You might need to type it. Mine's right here. Hit Add. And it's loading for you. Now it's loaded, so you can click on it. Okay. And what's nice is when it pops up, guys, it allows you to see, I know a lot of you have seen all the highlighting and different stuff that I have been making. So as you can see, I've highlighted here, and every highlight that I did in your essay, I put a comment right next to it of what needs to change or what didn't make sense there. So in particular, in my own essay, my first sentence for it looks like one of my body paragraphs was, in addition, extending it will make students more social. And I asked the question of, well, what is it? I have to be more specific. Well, what am I extending? I'm extending the recess time. So I need to be specific because that is my opening sentence of my body paragraph. So I'm going to change that to extending recess time will make students more social. Okay, so now that makes sense. I've made that correction. Okay, so I can hit resolve. All right, and it goes away. Once I hit resolve and make that correction, that goes away. Now, since this is changed, I can change it back to no highlight. So I'll just highlight that, click that highlight button and hit none, and it'll change it back for me, okay? So what you guys are gonna need to do is go through your essay. I've made comments throughout a lot of your essays, okay? And you need to go back and go to each of those highlights and see what my comments say for what you need to change. Some of you are gonna have more things that you need to change than others, okay? But please go make those corrections before you turn this in, okay? Now, before you turn it in, you want to reread it, make sure it has all of the elements you need for a successful essay. So I'm gonna start with my introduction. Remember, your introduction needs a sentence to hook the reader, a clearly stated argument, which is your thesis statement, You need to state your 3 reasons and a wrap-up sentence for your introduction. So we have, did you know that students who receive 45 minutes of recess a day perform higher on state tests? There's my hooking my reader. It is essential that students are allowed more recess time during the school day. Okay, that is my thesis statement. That's exactly what I'm arguing for. Okay, many of you need to go back and change your thesis statement so your reader knows exactly what your paper is going to be about. That is the most important sentence in your essay. Okay, now I need to state my reasons. An increase in recess time will make students focus better, allow students to be more social, and students will live healthier lives. Higher amounts of recess time is a benefit for all people that are involved. Okay, so I have all the elements I need in my introduction. Moving on to my body paragraphs. Remember, your body paragraphs need to have a transition sentence that clearly states your reason, and 3 to 4 details that back up that reason and all connect to that reason, and finally a wrap-up sentence. So to begin with, allowing students more recess time will increase students' ability to focus in the classroom. Again, I still want to restate that we're allowing more recess time. You're not going to use it or anything like that. Be specific. Giving students extra outside will allow them to clear their mind and come back into the classroom ready to learn. With a clearer mind, students will be willing to work harder on assignments. Instead of having to get up and move around, they will be able to sit at their desks and listen to instruction. A study in Illinois showed that students who have an extra 20 minutes of recess a day are able to focus for an additional hour in the classroom, which leads to an increase in test scores. Okay, remember we talked about throwing a fact in there, okay, a statistic, if it makes sense. Our reader, if it sounds good, our reader's not going to take the time to check it, but if it adds to your paper, you can include that. More recess time leads to a better working classroom and a more focused student. Okay, so continuing on with my second body paragraph. In addition, extending recess time will make students more social. Students who are more social will enjoy coming to school on a daily basis. When they are at school, students will not find it boring and will want to interact with others. Some people may find that students being more social is distracting. This will encourage lifelong friendships to be formed. More friends leads to a happier, more cheerful student. There's a strong link between recess time and an overly socially happy student. Okay? See how all of those details connect with being social. And my last body paragraph, finally, an increase in recess time will allow students to live healthier lives. More time outside allows the bodies to soak in more sunlight. This sunlight allows for an increase in vitamin D. Vitamin D is necessary for students to develop strong bones. Students are also exercising more, which means that they are burning more calories. This extra time will allow future athletes to discover the sport that they will excel in. Schools around the country could have future sports stars walking through their halls and not even know it. Okay? And finally, my conclusion paragraph needs to restate my thesis, restate my 3 reasons, and leave our reader with something to think about, okay? Leave it with a final thought. So mine was, to conclude, it is essential that students get more recess time at school. I've restated my thesis. Students deserve more recess time because it allows them to focus, they become more social, and they can live healthier lives. My 3 reasons. Finally, my final thought. So go out and ask for more recess time at your school. So that final thought just kind of ends your paper, tells the reader you're finished, and leaves them with something to think about, okay? So now that I've made those corrections and I've checked and reread my paper to make sure it makes sense, now I'm finished, okay? As long as I made those corrections, I'm just going to turn this in, okay? Please make sure you do not have any highlighted sections when you're turning this in. A highlighted section on your paper means that's something that you need to fix, something you need to go back and look at, okay? So make those corrections. I've already pointed them out for you, okay? So after you have made the corrections on this, remember it automatically saves. So you can just go back to your assignments, okay? It's there for you, and you can hit that turn in button, okay? Then you can turn in. All right, make sure you do all those corrections and have those 5 paragraphs finished before you turn it in, because once you turn it in, you cannot make any corrections. You cannot go back into it until I grade it and send it back to you, okay? So if you do happen to turn it in and you weren't finished, you can hit this unsubmit button, and when you hit unsubmit, it'll tell you this. It'll say you can add or change attachments, okay? So if you do happen to do that by mistake, just unsubmit it, make your changes, and then resubmit it again, okay? But after you've submitted the 5 paragraphs to me, you are finished. You have successfully written your persuasive essay. So hopefully this video was helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to email me tomorrow, and have a great spring break. Bye, guys.